Hey up, hope you're all well. Just wanted to do a quick one covering the food that I've been using over the winter and the food that I've also got for the summer. Now, I think I made a mistake, and this is where I'm seeking a bit of clarification. Obviously, September I started the pond. I tried some food, and it was the Tetra. They seemed to enjoy it, so I went out and bought a massive tub. Now, I've read all sorts of conflicting information online saying that once it's open you've got to use within a certain time, and when I say certain time, a reasonable time, otherwise it goes stale and it loses all its nutritional value, which makes perfect sense. However, I've also read a lot of people say no, it's fine, I've fed them for years on the same stuff, the same tub, and all's been well. So I'm just seeking a bit of clarification on what people think, whether this tub that I've got there, the Tetra 3-in-1, whether I need to bin that, because I bought it in September, possibly even October, used it for a few weeks and then switched to the wheat germ. So that's open and it's 3/4 full. I'm hoping to start reusing it because they did like that. I bought that because I've got the goldfish, the Shubunkins, the Orfes and the koi, and they seemed well. They really enjoyed it. They took it quite well. So yeah, I just wonder what people's thoughts were with regards to once it's open. I mean, it's been sealed, so once it's open, will it be good for me in the summer, or do I need to reinvest, or is it a case of throwing it in? If the fish refuse it, then evidently it's stale and it needs to go. But yeah, it'd be interesting to get people's opinions, because I've read all sorts of varying opinions online. The other stuff I got was this high protein treat stuff. I say a small mistake in that it's a bit too large for my koi. A lot of these things, there's no way my koi will eat these unless I break them up, which is fine. That's what I was doing to start with, and they seem to enjoy that. Obviously that's high protein stuff. Aqua sauce, anybody got any experience with that? It'd be good to know. I also got this Nishikoi pond cocktail. I will be 100% honest, they didn't seem to like this. There's way too much flake in there, or it appears there's way too much flake. As soon as you put it in, it's just all flake, and the fish ignore it. All the fish ignore it. The pellets that are in there, the multicoloured pellets, they'll take those, but the flake just seemed to waste. So anybody got any experience with that? Much appreciated. Chris Stubbins did an excellent video on food, and he went into all the values of the food and what it contains. Really interested. Unfortunately for me, the majority of it isn't available in the UK. So yeah, really good video. I'll link that in the description. Let's see if I can see what's yeah, a lot of this is wheat, rice, soya, fish derivatives. There's not an awful lot that sounds good, whereas I mean this high protein, it's 48% protein, and it's shrimp, river shrimp, mealworms and silkworms, so that appears to be a really good growing food, if you like. I mean, hopefully we'll see in the summer. For the winter I've been using this, the Medikoi Junior NT Labs wheat germ with garlic. This I picked this up in a pet shop. As you can see, it was 15 quid. I have found it cheaper since on Amazon. I'll link it in the description. As with everything's linked down there. They seem to really enjoy this. Obviously I've stopped feeding now, but when they were eating, all of them took, with the exception of the Orfe. That brings me on to another question. The Orfe seem to do really well. They seem pretty hardy, and they're always out and about regardless of the temperatures. that they never seem to take any of this food. I can feed them mealworms, they'll take those, but I have seen them feeding, I'm assuming it's flies from the surface. They whip up to the surface and take their food that way. So I'm just wondering if anybody's got any experience with Orfes, what they feed them or anything that they've come across that they enjoy. I don't want to leave them out, if that makes sense, because although they seem to be doing well, they're not starving, don't get me wrong, but it'd be interesting to get people's take on that. Yeah, just really interested to get people's opinion. I think in future I'll be buying smaller, like with this Medicoi. I bought 3 or 4 bags of that because it's vacuum sealed, and I will just open it as I need it, rather than the bigger tub. And I know by a lot of people's koi standards that's not even a big tub. I've seen people get 25 kilo bags. But in future I won't be purchasing that at the end of a summer like I did. That is just common sense, but really interested to hear people's opinions, whether it does go stale quite quickly or whether it does lose its nutritional value quite quickly. So yeah, that's all I've got. Just a quick covering off what I've got. Any recommendations in the UK would be awesome. I don't want too expensive stuff, I'm a bit tight, I'm a Yorkshireman, so thanks very much for watching and stay tuned for more.